You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
Australia's first national climate risk assessment has painted a sobering picture of what the country faces as the world continues to warm. It's not just about hotter summers or more unpredictable storms. This report lays out in detail how climate change will affect everything from our health and homes to our economy, infrastructure, and even national security. The assessment, which runs over 1,000 pages, involved hundreds of scientists, policymakers, and experts. They modeled 3 possible global warming scenarios out to the end of the century. What they found is clear. Risks are not isolated. A heat wave, for instance, doesn't just impact human health. MOD places strain on emergency services, disrupts supply chains, and affects productivity. These cascading, compounding, and concurrent impacts will touch every corner of Australian life. Communities along the coast are at risk from rising sea levels, while northern Australia faces extreme heat so intense that outdoor activity could become dangerous. Indigenous communities and regional towns are highlighted as being especially vulnerable. And the statistics are staggering. If the planet warms by 3 degrees, Sydney could see heat-related deaths rise by more than 400%. Darwin faces similar projections. On top of this, smoky skies like those during the Black Summer bushfires are expected to become more common, worsening air quality and adding another layer of health risk. Economically, the costs are already immense. Climate-related disasters in 2020 cost Australia around $38 billion a year on average, and by 2060, that figure is expected to nearly double. By the end of the century, lost productivity and damaged infrastructure could push the bill into the trillions. Yet the report also makes it clear that the difference between limiting warming to 2 degrees versus 3 degrees is enormous, potentially saving the economy more than $150 billion. But it's not all bleak. Global efforts to improve disaster warning systems have already cut climate-related mortality by half over recent decades. Adaptation, like building more resilient housing, designing infrastructure with climate risks in mind, and investing in early warning systems, has proven to save lives and money. For every dollar spent on resilience initiatives, the return could be close to 10 times the investment. The big challenge now is whether governments act quickly enough. At present, most of Australia's disaster spending still goes toward recovery rather than preparation. Climate Change Minister Chris Bowen called the report a reminder that the cost of inaction will always outweigh the cost of action. The federal government has released a national adaptation plan and is expected to set new emissions targets for 2035. So Australia has the data, the modeling, and the warnings. What remains to be seen is whether this wake-up call leads to bold action, or whether the risks outlined in this report become lived reality for future generations. Stay subscribed for more videos.